what's up, everybody? My name is Harold Games, and welcome to another episode of my Washington Wizards MyNBA franchise. Hopefully, you guys have somewhat enjoyed the series so far. We are not. I know We aren't a good basketball team, as you can see by the record there. With how bad we are, and with how poor this team plays in the gameplay, because Ronnie does not know how to how to make a game. Neither do his developers. But basically, I'm just gonna have this season be a wash. I will. Um, how do I explain this? I will have the trade deadline episode for this, and then I will have the end of the season episode after this, so we can get through season one. We're not gonna win anything. We're 13 and 35. I wanted to start here because this is the trade deadline episode because this is the trade deadline. But this is the All-Star draft day, and I just wanted to show you guys what the All-Star team was. We had no All-Stars on our team, not surprised. And I'll show you the stats after this. But Jokic and Antetokounmpo are your captains for the West and East. You can see the starters for the West. Jokic, Curry, James, Doncic, and Embiid. For the East, Antetokounmpo, Durant, Harden, Butler, and Lillard. Reserves for the West: Tatum, Mitchell, Davis, DeRozan, Gilgeous-Alexander, Brown, and Porzingis. And reserves for the East: Leonard, Booker, Morant, Young, Adebayo, Williamson, and Ingram. So those are your. By the way, Ingram's profile or player picture looks very weird. Like, what the heck was that? But we're gonna simulate this game. I don't know, the sound effects are loud, so I'll stop talking whenever I move some. But we win. We win. As you can see, Poole. Here is his stats: 22. Definitely improved from last year, even with how poorly he plays in the gameplay. He's not terrible for us, but in the gameplay. But okay, apparently the sound effects are not turned down. They should be. You can also see how slowly this thing simulates. It's just not a fun gameplay experience, man. Not a fun gameplay experience, and I'm happy I received this game for free off of a giveaway because it is just not a fun gameplay experience with a team this bad. On Hall of Fame, yes, I get it's on Hall of Fame, but still, it shouldn't be impossible to win a game. But we're at the trade deadline. I'll simulate their day, and then I'll hit yes to stop. Okay. The sound effects are so ridiculously loud. And another thing is they don't have a thing in options in here to change any of the sound effects stuff. Even after I made it so pretty sure I made it the sound effects off or low. Whatever. Let's take a look at the roster. Who we need to take a look at trading. So we will take a look at the stats. So Jordan Poole leads our entire team in points per game. Kuzma's second. Tyus Jones is third. Daniel Gafford is fourth. Then Avdia is fifth. Those are all our starters minus one. Tyus is I guess our sixth man. I can't remember where he's at. Kispert, Gallinari, and then Wright, our last starter, is here. But we are going to be trading away pretty much all of our one-year contract guys that we don't need on this team anymore, which would be Wright, Gallinari, Muscala, maybe Jones. We'll see. He's a pretty good backup point guard, but we really need to make it so Jordan can play the main point guard role, because this is our current lineup right now, our starting lineup. I'd rather have Jordan play the point guard position. I mean, he could play shooting guard, but yeah, maybe I'll keep him at shooting guard and move Tyus over to the point guard. Excuse me, I'm a bit tired. But yeah. So let's take a look at some trades. So the one good thing that I love about 2K um, is that they probably have the most realistic trades in Trade Finder. MLB, you can get 2A potential prospects for a C potential old guy. And then for Madden, you can get players that are better than your guy and picks. So I like how realistic this is. I'm going to keep Tyus Jones. I decided I'm going to keep him. But the guys that I will definitely be trading away today are DeLon Wright, um, Gallinari, Shamet, because he does not have a role on this team. No, I'll keep Shamet because he'll probably move into the rotation. And then Muscala is definitely going to get traded. And then the rest of our guys are just young guys. We're gonna trade 3 guys, see what we can get back. Getting really tired of that thing. So on this screen it shows we don't have any picks, but we have a lottery protected pick that Houston owns. So as long as we finish inside of the lottery, we will keep our pick that Houston owns. Other than that, we should be fine. We're definitely going to make the lottery. We're not going to fall out of the lottery. So we're most likely going to be having a first round pick. Probably, hopefully a high, and hopefully the first overall pick. Because okay, I'm sorry for that long break. My controller just died and would not connect. So yeah, but all right. Okay. I wanted to take a look at the Here we go. Mock drafts. So I gotta find out. So again, all right, yeah, original. So this is us. Again, it's the Rockets, but this is our pick. So there's a lot of young guys with this draft class. I'm trying to figure out who is it. Yeah, here he is. Ron Holland, Hall of Fame ceiling. No significant weaknesses. I already have him as scouted fully, but I don't have the best scout. You don't get the best scout to start your franchise. You got to wait until the off season to hire better scouts. But I mean, this guy has the potential to be our next big thing, and he's a small forward, power forward, hybrid. We're mocked to get this DJ Wagner, who is not terrible. I mean, the floor of a three-point shooter is not bad. Getting 18, but we are already pretty loaded in the point guard, shooting guard position. We don't really have the best players in our small forward, power forward position besides Kyle Kuzma. But an 18-year-old who will be 19 when we get him back, that's pretty good. Now this is Sporting News mock drafts. Alexander Sarr, Elvin Hayes, that's pretty good. So I'll have to, before I get to that draft off-season episode, because we're gonna make the off-season all in one episode. I am going to make sure that I do my scouting and stuff off camera. But as you can see in the top right, we are the 30th. We're dead last in the power ranking. We're dead last in the conference ranking. So we are not a good team. There's the loud sound effects. All right, so trade finder. Let's see what we can get for Delon and Gallinari. I know they're older guys, and that's quite a bit of salary. I'm curious to see what we can get for them. So we can get a younger shooting guard, Anthony Melton. So we got 22 offers. I will probably take the best offer. We can get Caruso. Young Kenyon Martin Jr., who's probably not going to have the bird rights on him, so that means we're not going to be able to sign him if we're over the cap's salary. If we're over the cap, Covington is just a salary filler. Again, these guys are only on one-year deals, so we don't have to trade them, but I'd love to try and get something, maybe younger guys or guys that could definitely help us. Very shocked both have 2-star value. You would think they would have less than that. You can get Kobe Buffkin. Very young shooting guard. Duncan Robinson and Orlando Robinson again. To the two Robinsons. I just don't like that salary for Duncan. Not going to trade for that man. Nick Richards would be interesting, but not for that other guy. Ochai Agbaji. Taylor Horton Tucker. Both are very young. I did not realize THT is younger. Trey Lyles. Shasha Vizenkov. He's older. You can get Rui and Max Christie. Goga Bataze, Jonathan Isaac, defensive player. We really need defense, too. That's another thing. We need defense badly. Like, big defensive guys. Jaden Hardy. Alright, he's only 21. And he's averaging 18 a game. He's from the Ignite. He was drafted in the second round. He's only 21. This man is... What is his potential? What are the tendencies? He's an A potential. Again, I hate how I can't change... How I thought I'd change the sound effects. I don't see anything else. If I just get straight picks back, then I'll probably do the picks. Jason Tate, he's old though. We got Trey Jones. Carter's with the Spurs now. Not trading for that jerk down in the bottom right. So, if I were to do this trade, we're trading our backup center, which is Muscala. Now, I have the rule on where you can't trade a player for 60 days after you trade for them. I can't remember what that rule is called. But we would actually be giving away more. We'd actually be getting more salary cap back than what we're sending out. Which I believe that net salary means that we're going to be losing 1.18 million. We'd be trading DeLon Wright and Danilo Gallinari. Power forward. He's averaging 8 for us. 1 year rental. Another 1 year rental who's averaging 8 for us too. For a 77 overall young guy. G-League Ignite 21, 8 potential. He could definitely be some sort of good piece for us. Might even take over as the backup point guard. I mean, 18.3, that's not terrible. He's averaging 28 minutes, or pretty much 28 minutes per game. And Rashawn Holmes, who's getting no playing time, but he is on a 1 year deal. Would we get the bird rights? That's my question. 1 bird year. I'm assuming that it would be 3 by the time his current contract is up. But we should have enough money to re-sign him. He'll be, 23 when his current contract is up? 22? So, I think we're going to do this deal. That's fine. Sound effects, man. Ridiculous. So there we go. So now we traded away Poole, who's going to become our point guard, which I think he'll thrive in that position. We're going to actually have Jaden become our starting shooting guard. And then Mike Muscala is another guy that I want to get rid of. Yeah, see, there you go. You can't trade it for 60 days. I want to attach a second for next year, unprotected, to see if I can get something a little bit more boosted in value. Good Drummond. That's actually, he's a really good backup center. Have to give away a second for this year, which I don't really care about that. Don't need any more guards. We do have Rashawn Holmes, but we could just release him and eat them. No, I'd rather not release him. Jalen Johnson, again, gets not a salary dump, but or not. Well, it is less salary yearly, but I mean he is young. He's 22, power forward. There's a first swap best with the Jazz. I'm assuming we would give our best version of this pick to the Jazz. And the Jazz would give us the worst version. Simone Fontecchio. Oh. Not interested in Torian Prince. Derrick Jones Jr. High flyer. With Dallas, we can just steal all Dallas's players. I think okay, so here's my thinking. Depending on who is available in the draft, we could trade for Drummond, and we should have some money this year. We could sign him for like another year. That way, because he plays really well in the game, in simulation and in gameplay. I know from experience. My thinking is we trade for him. First of all, he's younger by 2 years. He's better. We're only giving away 2 second-round picks, which really does not matter to me. I mean, I feel like this would be a smart trade. Bulls really don't get anything out of Muscala. They still get a backup center. They do get a couple second-round picks, but it doesn't really matter for them. I think we will do this trade. So that actually puts, jeez, that demote Scafford badly. He's not a bad player. That's my thing. He's not starter. He's starter quality. Just he does not play good. Of course, it's also because the game is programmed so badly. You can't make a 2-footer with a 6'1" point guard on you, unless when you're backing down him, unless you set yourself, pump fake a couple times, risk a 3-second call. I mean, I can go on a rant about this game, how bad it is. Again, I'm happy to receive it for free because of a giveaway, but it's just kind of tired of how poorly. Like, I would rather play last year's game because last year's game was actually pretty fun to play because the centers would actually back down properly. But again, Rashawn Holmes, he's getting paid a lot. He's not going to stay on the team next year. He's also a center. So we have 3 centers now in the lineup. Our 6th man is Tyja. So we're going to have a big second unit. A big second unit. By the way, this is our rookie stats. Not getting too much playing time. So yeah. I don't know if I want to do anything else in terms of trades. Because I can't trade Rashawn Holmes because you can't trade a player within 60 days after you trade him. So after you trade for him, so we're just gonna. I think we'll just we probably actually slightly improved, in my opinion. Probably slightly improved. So we might win some games, but we got younger, kind of. Our talent got younger. Our rentals stayed about the same age, but I think we will simulate through the rest of these games. Just a rotation. So we will just get through. So this is the trade deadline special, but I want to get through 2 contract extensions. Stop the episode there. And then the next episode will be gosh, I hate the sound effects. I literally turn all these sound effects down to 0, and it just does not matter apparently. We don't have any All-Star participants, so no point in really looking at the All-Star game stuff. Just want to get to the point where we could try and make this team better. Make them competitive. Make them somewhat competitive in the East. And like I said, this was going to be a tough rebuild, and was not expecting this team to win lots of games, but it's just not fun to play with anymore this year, or for this season. Just the entire team is just trash. All right, we will stop there because I don't want to. Okay. So we're stopping here because the contracts extensions. Looks like we're not gonna have any extensions. So there's really no point in stopping here at this point now. So we might as well just go on to the regular season. go on and finish out this season and just had the off-season episode after that, and for the next episode. Again, I'd love to play more games with this team, but they're just not really not a team I want to play with anymore. I just want to get them improved for next season. I know it'd be better for me to play at least a couple games with them to get used to them, but we're not gonna do this individual game anymore. Let's just get to the regular season, end of the season. we'll show you all the awards and stuff. Show you all the awards and stuff, and then just let everything. We'll stop there. We won't simulate the postseason. Or no, we'll simulate the postseason. We'll just stop when we get to the off season. We'll just do it like that. That way I can dedicate the entire next episode to the off season. So we're starting to win some games, which I'm not surprised. The game just wants to screw us even more. Okay, so we finished the regular season 27-55. Jokic wins MVP. Wembanyama wins Rookie of the Year. Chris Paul wins Sixth Man of the Year, which I would think he would start, but it is what it is. Giannis wins Defensive Player of the Year. Big Ball Paul Reed wins Most Improved. Luka wins Clutch Player of the Year. Nick Nurse wins Coach of the Year, and Tyler Jamison, 76ers executive, wins the Executive of the Year award. I don't think he's the real life executive, but yeah. All NBA first team. Jokic, Giannis, Luka, Ja, and Embiid get the first team. That's pretty interesting. Second team goes to LeBron, Trey, Shea, Devin Booker, and Jimmy Butler. Third team, LaMelo Ball, Harden, Curry, George, and Fox. That's an interesting All-NBA squad. Defensive first team. Wow, that's kind of funny. Doncic for his first team, Paul George, Antetokounmpo, Mobley, and Claxton. And second team, Alex Caruso, Anthony Edwards, Jaren Jackson Jr., Jimmy Butler, and Miles Turner. Not surprising there. All rookie first team, Chat, Brandon Miller, Scoot, Micic, and Wembanyama get first team. And then, hey, we got a second team player. Bilal's only 19, so he'll definitely. I would love to see some badges, but definitely pretty good. So here is your playoff bracket. The play-in on the West is going to be New Orleans against Utah, and Memphis against Denver. On the East, it's going to be the Bulls against Toronto, and then the Knicks and Orlando, meaning we did not crack at least the top 10 seed. So we're going to take a look at the standings. We're not going to simulate the post, or we are going to simulate the postseason. I just want to check the standings. So we did not finish with the worst overall record in the East or the West, as the Spurs go 22 wins. So we have the third best odds at the first overall pick. Again, our pick is lottery protected. It's with Houston. So we're going to be shown on the screen as number 3, but with Houston. Houston's going to be at number 4 in the lottery. So, but if I'm wrong, and we actually traded a first rounder, or no, that is our pick. I don't know what I'm saying. Charlotte, we barely missed out on getting the worst overall record in the East. So let's simulate this playoff game, or playing game. New Orleans beats Utah to get the 7th seed. And Memphis knocks out Denver. So we have Utah against Memphis. And it is Memphis wins. So your first round matchup on the West is going to be Golden State against Memphis, Phoenix against the Lakers, the Clippers against Dallas. And wow, Portland made it as the number 2 seed? Wow. So DeAndre Ayton looking in a better shape than what he was at Phoenix. New Orleans gets a 7th seed. This already simulated the Raptors beating the Bulls. which kind of funny. Bulls against Orlando, and Bulls wins. The Bulls get the 8th seed. So here's your final 16 teams. So on the East, you're going to have Philly going against Chicago, Miami against Boston, Atlanta and Milwaukee, Cleveland and Toronto. So we will simulate the first round. All these games should be played at once. So Memphis takes a 1-0 series lead. 1-1. Any other outsider or surprises? Not really. Golden State takes a 2-1 lead. Phoenix takes a 3-0 lead over the Lakers. New Orleans is starting to get in upset territory. Portland's not that good of a team in terms of their star players, so I'm not surprised. Neither is New Orleans, but Zion and New Orleans gets pretty favored to win a championship in simulation. Over on the East, pretty much the same teams every single year face off against each other. Not surprised there. Any team could win. And Phoenix and Philly sweep the first round matchups of the Lakers and the Bulls. So Phoenix moves on. Philly moves on. Clippers and New Orleans both move on. Milwaukee moves on. And Golden State, the number 1 seed, is trying to move on to Phoenix. Boston and Cleveland have opportunities to win that Game 6. And we're going to have a Game 7, 2 Game 7s. Golden State against Memphis, and then Miami and Boston. So let's simulate this game. And Memphis knocks out the number 1 seed in 7 games. And then Boston knocks out Miami. So your semifinals, your conference semifinals matchups, or the quarterfinals really. Phoenix against Memphis, Clippers against the Pelicans, Philly against Boston, Cleveland against Milwaukee. So pretty interesting Western matchup. Not as what you would expect in the East. Memphis, so Philly and Boston are the only team that have not played because Boston had a Game 7. That's my assumption, but I don't understand why Memphis wouldn't play. So besides that one game in the Northeast quadrant, all series are tied at 1-1. Philly's up 2-0 on Boston. All the other series are pretty much make sense. Philly's up 3-0 on Boston now, and Milwaukee and the Clippers could. So 3 out of the 4 series could end in the next simulated game. And none of them do. So that's pretty big. So we have 3 Game 7s. Philly moves on. They beat Boston. Who will move on in Game 7? It is Phoenix, the Clippers, and Cleveland. That's pretty surprising. So the Clippers against Phoenix, and then Philly against Cleveland. My prediction would be Phoenix because of Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker. James Harden must be giving the Clippers a... Well, no, he is actually not. Hold on. Yeah, no, I started this before he got traded. So he is still on Philly. Yeah. So Phoenix takes a 2-0 series lead. Philly and Cleveland are tied at 1. Clippers take a game from Phoenix, 2-1 and over in the East. Both series are even at 2-2 now. 3-2 Phoenix, 3-2 Philly. And both Game 7s. Holy cow, we've had a lot of Game 7s. Back-to-back Game 7s for Cleveland. And for both Phoenix and the Clippers. So Phoenix does win. Devin Booker wins Western Conference Finals MVP. And Joel Embiid wins Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Both in Game 7. So the final, or the NBA Finals, 76ers against the Suns. Philly takes Game 1, blowout, bottom of your screen. Game 2 goes to Philly, another blowout. Game 3 goes to Philly by 1 point. chance to send home the Suns. They don't do it, Suns with a blowout, but still a chance for Philly to send home the Suns, and they do. So it's in 5 games, Philly wins their first championship with Joel Embiid. It wins Finals MVP. James Harden gets a championship, gets a ring. So congratulations to him. And we will get to the off season, but we will not do anything with the off season in this episode. All of this stuff, not everything, because we're gonna simulate through the stuff that we don't really care about. All this stuff we're gonna be looking at closely. The most important part, in my opinion, is gonna be where we land in the draft lottery. If we are anywhere outside of the top 4, then I'll be pretty upset. And we will hope to take B players in free agency. With what I'm going to be looking for defensive guys. But with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you guys stay safe. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And peace.